What happens when you stop looking for the light? / what happens when you become your own enemy? How does it feel to lose yourself? In The Last of Us Part 2, Ellie and Abby don't learn anything about each other. Ellie didn't know that Joel killed her dad, and how she thinks the only reason Abby killed Joel because Joel saved her in the hospital, but that's not the case. The thing is, Abby got what she wanted, which is killing Joel. But when you kill someone, you're not making the person you killed suffer, because they're free from the world of infected or free from the deviating cruel effects of humanity. But the people that suffer are the people closest to them. In a sense, it's like you're doing the person you killed a favor, but either way it goes, the people close to the person you killed might seek revenge on you. Or you can do what Jordan and Manny were going to do and kill Ellie. But Owen knew that wouldn't have done any good. He was the only rational person to not want to kill others. He also said if they do kill Ellie, the whole town could come after Abby and her crew. The thing is, Ellie tries to be so much like Joel, even when it comes to interrogating people, when it comes to fighting, even when it comes to wearing his clothes. But we all know it, even Ellie knows it. She's nothing like Joel. And we see this because every time she tries to be like him, she fails. And we can tell that this wouldn't really be what Joel would want for Ellie. Tommy didn't even want this for Ellie. Why do you think he went to Seattle alone? And in a note, he told Maria to tie them up and take their guns. Tommy didn't want anything bad to happen to Ellie, and he knew Joel wouldn't either. We can tell Joel does want Ellie to become like him. He just doesn't want her to become bitter like him. He wants her to change the world, and through Ellie's actions throughout the game, we see that she really lost herself, even after almost dying from the hands of Abby. If Lev didn't convince Abby to show mercy, now we cut to a time skip of about a year, and we see how Ellie can't sleep, she can't eat, she can't even do simple actions and live out her dream with Dina. The same dream Dina talked about at the beginning of the first day in Seattle. Dina talks about how she wishes to live in a farm just outside of Jackson, and then Ellie responds with, "Wouldn't that be lonely?" Which is also Ellie's biggest fear, by the way, so it kind of foreshadows a reference. But then Dina responds, "Only if you're by yourself," while smirking, hinting that she wants Ellie to be there with her. And then Ellie jokingly responds, "What would they even do? Raise sheep?" And that's exactly what they did. We see Joel's death still haunts her, and how Ellie still has guilt, feeling she could have prevented it. We see this thinking has let revenge consume her life. Ellie decides to leave and go back and look for Abby again. We then see her turn away from Dina, and is super sad watching this emotional scene, because Dina left everything for Ellie. She left Jackson, she left Jesse's mom, she even went with Ellie to Seattle, risking her life to go help Ellie kill and confront someone she didn't know that well. And these actions that made Jesse sneak his way along and help out Ellie and Dina caused his sad demise. And with Dina barely making it out alive of Seattle, counting on the fact that she was secretly pregnant. And this is one of the reasons why Abby spared her life. Even though Ellie killed her pregnant friend, Abby's face teared up, knowing that continuing a cycle of violence wouldn't change anything or bring Mel back. Dina gave up so much for Ellie. She even gave up the memory of Jesse. We know Dina and Jesse were done dating, but she still loved him and had his baby. And now she has to parent without a father. So much Dina has left and risked for Ellie, and Ellie left Dina for revenge. And as she walks out that door, Dina cried, saying she's not doing this again with Ellie, because last time they almost didn't make it back, with Dina not knowing if Ellie was going to be dead or alive the whole time. We see how this path affected Abby, but Ellie doesn't know how this path affected Abby. But Ellie does know how this path affected Joel. And the thing is, in the first game, Ellie stated that she didn't want to end up alone, and when Joel died, she truly felt alone. But she had people there to comfort her, but in her state of mind, she made herself alone and pushed people away. And since revenge overtook her mind, you can see that this caused Ellie to leave Dina. And this is how Ellie truly became alone. Remember when Abby was going to kill Dina and Ellie said, "Stop, she's not a part of this," and that Dina is pregnant? Abby didn't care and said, "Good," until Lev told her to stop. And we see the same thing at the end of the game when Ellie holds Lev at knife point. Abby tells Ellie that he's not a part of this, and Ellie said, "You've made him a part of this." We see how broken Ellie is As we see further and further through the game, she became a hypocrite to her own actions. But we do gotta remember, Ellie only did this so Abby would fight her. We know Ellie lost all sense of thought, but I don't think she was going to kill Lev, because we do still see that she still has a sense of justification on killing innocent people. The example we see is with the prisoners at the Rattler camp. She could have killed all of them just to make sure that she stayed safe, but she let them free. And we know Joel did something similar when he helped Abby, but we all know how that went. But Ellie still took that page from Joel of helping people. And I know it doesn't show on screen of Joel telling Ellie that he helped Abby, but we can probably imagine Tommy telling Ellie how it all went down. The reason Ellie got revenge on Abby is because Ellie never forgave Joel for his actions in the first game, which explains why she's so consumed by a need to enact revenge on Abby. Deep down, she's really angry at herself for not patching things up with the only father figure in her life before it was too late. We do see Abby, before she takes the last swing on Joel to finish him off, contemplating what she has done. We can probably think she's thinking if she should stop or if Joel has had enough, while also hearing Ellie's screams. Abby understands people love this man, but she is so caught up with her vengeance, she stops second guessing herself while grunting and takes the last swing on Joel, killing him, not thinking of any consequences that would happen after. And the consequences of Abby's vengeance got all the people she cared for killed, even the newly reformed kind of pacifist Owen. And it's crazy too, how Owen was the only one that didn't even really want to kill anyone. Manny and Mel did say it's too risky to leave any loose ends and was going to kill Ellie, but Owen, not wanting to kill anyone and going along with his friend's plan, only settled on killing Joel. And we see how Owen, knowing Ellie didn't do anything wrong, didn't want anyone innocent to die. But this decision led to his and his friend's death. If you think about it, if Ellie took the time to talk, no one would have to die. And after this whole fiasco, we see how Abby breaks up the arguing and says they're done, and how guilty she feels, and how matters on killing were starting to change. Ellie in the first game, we see at the end of the game, Ellie put her full trust in Joel, and then in the second one, we see Ellie is back to square one, with losing trust in Joel and trusting no one. She may have even lost trust in Tommy after the fight with Abby, and maybe Dina, because Dina didn't go with her to find Abby the second time. It's so crazy how this game can make you relate to someone without you even having to have the same struggles as them, because I've never dealt with big losses of someone or having someone I care for get killed and me being angry. I never had a lot of these things happen to me, but this game really makes me relate to Ellie and Abby, and I don't get why or how, it just does. It's almost like a part of my brain is shared with the fictional character. It's crazy how real these characters are to me, because I know that some people are just like Abby. It's crazy because you just want to see what happens next to these characters. It makes you think that they're actual people in real life. Alright guys, with that being said, thank you guys for watching. Comment, like, subscribe, and if you have anything to relate to this video, any thoughts, comment it down below. I'll be sure to respond. That being said, hit that like button and may your survival be long.